morning. It's Friday morning. It's time for Fridays with Frank. I'm Scott Cullen, editor-in-chief at the Cannata Report. Do want to remind you to like and subscribe, and if you're interested in commenting, please do so as well. And now please welcome our founder, Frank Cannata. Hey, Frank, how you doing, and what's on your mind today?
I'm doing just fine, pal. What's on my mind today is wide format. And the reason it is I get this publication, and I think you can see the title of it, Wide Format Impressions, and it's fantastic. It's one of these books that we pick up when we attend shows, exhibitions. If you attend any of these, look for them because they're good and they're free. All you have to do is fill out a form and they mail it to you. Now, this particular, the most recent issue, just come out and says, the title is Looking for Talent in All the Wrong Places. The U.S. print industry continues to struggle with labor issues. How do you like that one? The U.S. print industry. And forgive me, I'm going to read from the top, which says it all. The United States is experiencing a workforce crisis impacting businesses of all sizes and industries and hampering its ability to grow and compete. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce first polled unemployed Americans who lost their jobs during the pandemic in May 2021 and again in November 2021. As of the May 22 report, there were more than 10.7 million unfilled jobs and 5.7 million unemployed Americans, many of whom lost jobs amid the pandemic and have not returned to work. And then the article goes into the breakouts and what's going on. We also have an added situation in that both on the dealer side and in the commercial print side, which are very similar in terms of how they do business and what they're all about, they both have an aging technical service problem. I mean, it's that I can't put it any other way. And one of the big problems that dealers have in production print is, they sell a very good machine, a very, very good machine. And I from our own personal experience, to a printer, and the printer doesn't get the maximum capability out of the product. He doesn't achieve the potential that he can achieve simply because he has a terrible digital operator. And he has a terrible digital operator because he turns them over. When he turns them over, the ones he get are not trained, and it causes a negative result. And I'll give you a specific example of what we experienced. Now, CJ, he has 17-year history in the media. So when I was working for Martha Stewart Living and Time Inc. So he was engaged in a lot of issues in terms of the output on Martha Stewart Living, and particularly the covers on the issues, because he was director of integrated marketing. And we were recommended to this printer, and we went to him, and he was producing our issue, and CJ kept saying, this printer is not doing a good job. Now, the machine in question, and I'm not speaking negatively about it, this printer's experience, because it's a good machine, was the Ricoh 7200 or 7210, I'm not sure which it was. Anyway, I said, CJ, I know that machine, and it should be, and he's showing me areas that I would never pick up. In this one issue, he had woman on the cover, which one of our woman influencers, which was most important, where he had them in black dresses and black belts. You couldn't see the black belts. I never picked that up. So at any rate, what we learned is that the printer had a serious problem in terms of a digital operator. So I turned to our good friend, Lou Villa, who is the head of production for Atlantic Tomorrow's office. And I said, Lou, what do you think? He said, I'm going to suggest I meet you at a printer. Bring the file that CJ thinks, they did a terrible job, and let's let them run it. I said, great, let's do it. Boom. We set it up. We go in there. And what am I looking at? I'm looking at the same RICO 7200 or the 7210. And I said, whoa, this is not going to work. He took the file, put it on, came out perfect. I mean, you can't say more than that. Now that printer today is producing our publication every month, simply because he has qualified people running the machines. It's not the dealer's fault that the customer doesn't really get the best out of the products because he doesn't want to make the investment in a digital operator. That's a serious problem. But that's one of the issues. And I bring this to your attention because we do have many dealers who are involved in production print. And I'm pointing out to you that a very important customer segment of yours has got a serious issue. Now, if they're having problems with people, you can rest assured digital operators is one of them. And I think one of the things that you have to consider is reach out to EFI and Toby Weiss, who runs the EFI. We've had Toby on Fridays with Frank talking about the DFEs, the digital front ends, which are Fieries, on how simple it is to get these people trained and certified at a very reasonable cost. I talked to Toby a while ago. I think it was almost a year and a half ago, and at that time, the cost of doing the Fiery program or getting Fiery certification was like $250. I don't think it could be much more than that. It's a simple investment. I would encourage you. I think this is a significant part. You know how strongly we believe in production print, and for dealers to be selling it, pay attention. And also, when you get a chance, expand your reading material. And particularly when you can pick up books like Wide Format Impressions, because it's all about wide format and it's excellent. So look forward to sharing you something else that we learned down the road. Have a good one.